What was the cruelest rumor you've heard about another kid when you were in school?
There was this boy in my class at school in 7th grade. He was short for his age. He kept to himself and never really mixed with anyone. He always ate his lunch alone on a bench seat which was on the edge of the playground just staring into space. It was like he was in his own little world and nothing mattered to him. I never saw him smile in all the time I knew him. He would get called all kinds of names that really hurt him deep down. But he never retaliated or showed how much it hurt him, which seemed to infuriate his tormentors. They were relentless. Mean. One day he stepped in front of a car outside of school and stopped in the middle of the road as if waiting for it to hit him. The driver screeched to a halt only inches away from his body. He was frozen and only moved when the driver asked if he was okay. He hung his head and walked away slowly. Nobody chose him for team sports during PE, and when he was the last one left, everyone called him a loser and laughed at him. He hung his head and went to the far corner of the gym and sat down, hiding his face in his hands. They tormented him in the change rooms and started calling him a homo, faggot and perv. It wasn't long before it had got around the whole school that this boy was a homo, and so everyone started calling him those terrible names. He had fruit thrown at him from behind so that he never knew who it was. It hit him in the back of his head, knocking him down to the ground. With tears in his eyes he tried to stand up, but they came at him again and knocked his books out of his hands, making him go down again. People laughed at him. He got up, grabbed his books, and ran outside and kept running till he couldn't run any longer. He ended up walking for 10 miles just following a road, not knowing where he was going. But he didn't care if he died that day. Still, he didn't retaliate. Or tell anyone. Or complain. The next week he wasn't at school. Someone started a rumor that he committed suicide. Everyone laughed. Nobody called to see if he was all right. Nobody missed him. Nobody cared. What they didn't know was that his stepdad had hurt him so badly and that he was in hospital for 3 days. Too sick to attend school. He never told anyone about what happened when he returned to school. When everyone saw that he was still alive, they were disappointed. And told him to go kill himself. Do it properly this time. He was still not well from what his stepfather did to him. When they pushed him into the lockers at school or tried to jam his head in the door, he let out a yelp. But the pain was not from what they did to him. One day after PE he was acting very strange. He stood facing everyone with his head hanging low. As if his whole world was about to come crashing down. He was trembling. There was an unusual silence in the room that scared him. It was then that everyone saw his body. Covered in black and blue welts across his back, legs and arms. He had tears falling from his eyes and was clearly ashamed of his body. The shower stung like a 1,000 bees. They didn't touch his clothes or call him names or hit him this time, they left him alone. That boy is me. I never told anybody what had happened to me. I knew that if I snitched on my stepdad it would be 100 times worse. I was 12 and as far as I knew, nobody would help me even if I asked. I was too afraid of what he would do to me. I woke up every day hoping things would change. I didn't hold grudges and never have. It helped me get through some depressing periods while I was at school. I just wanted a normal life and to be happy. I can't say that I have found that dream, and I probably never will. But at least I am in no danger now, and I deal with the consequences of my childhood as it surfaces, and as an adult I can put it in its proper place.